Beep, bubble, beep.
Hello again and welcome back to another space weather update. My name is Alexis of ascensiondiaries.com, and boom, there is the CME that we're going to be talking about today. We have a few space weather things I'm going to bring up that has happened since I've seen you last. I took last Sunday off. I've missed you all. If you'd like to stick around for the extended version of this video, just keep watching. But for right now, we're going to get into the very small summary. So here it is on the 3rd and the 4th, the CME energy that exited the sun. That takes about 3 days to hit, so the 6th and the 7th were the more busy days according to this energy. And as we can see, we're not expecting too much impact here. It's not too intense. And over the next few days, we're not seeing any more intense impact, but there is evidence that that could change. We currently have some coronal holes opening up, which is implying that we have some solar wind speed coming in, which we do indeed right now here at 2:46 p.m. here in Arizona, which is mountain time, but soon we're going to be switching to Pacific time. Fun fact. We have 756 kilometers per second, which is our average is 400. So we're getting a heightened amount of solar wind right now. So if your body's a little sore, that might be why. Keep your eyes on the solar wind speed for sure. And we had a small geomagnetic storm on the 6th. So just yesterday, we reached medium levels again of geomagnetic disturbance, possibly from those blasts that came out on the 3rd and the 4th that I just showed you. And this might have been them showing up for us here. But what did show up but didn't show up was the Schumann resonance for us. Over the last week, we've been watching the Schumann resonance rise in amplitude in the lower frequencies, the very low frequencies of our electromagnetic field of Earth. And we've been watching those amplitudes rise, and we were watching it rise and rise. And I was like, okay, here it comes. Here comes an ion avalanche, and boom, there's 20 hours of data missing from that. So unfortunately, we didn't get to watch the data avalanche, but the lack of data is also pointing to me that there very much could have been a decent amount of blasts that happened over Russia. All the charts are blank and have gone to really quiet status afterwards. And even in Italy and in other parts of the world, I didn't see anything significantly intense to worry about when it comes to these blasts. South Africa is still going off more so, and a little bit more energy in Lithuania, it looks like as well. But yes, very, very normal. So it's strange, Russia's blocking it, but everywhere else seemed that data hasn't actually popped in yet here on this website. This is only from the 5th, so that data hasn't even come through yet. So we'll see. But the overall global consciousness dot is a green, and we had a lot of green, a little bit of yellow and oranges today. Not too much in the blue, but we're doing good. We're moving through it. So I just hope you enjoy these reports. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming over to my channel and watching the extended version of this video. Until next time.
Beep, bubble, beep.
All right, so now we're going to go into a little bit more of an extended version of this video. The beginning is just kind of like a recap, and now we're going to dive in a little deeper because there's a lot of questions. People come to my channel, they come to my Instagram, and I go in deeper depth with these things on those platforms, and people want to know what I mean. Some of you have never interpreted space weather before. Some of you have a lot of experience and want to just converse with people who know what they're talking about. So let's talk about it. These CME explosions off the side were decently fast, and it's funny to me that I see almost very, very little, just a little bit there on the 5th and the 6th coming out afterwards, and it's been good. Those are the days that I've been starting to feel my energy come back. So not today, but yesterday and the day before, the 5th and 6th, there definitely was my energies were kind of getting more aligned after a week of meditating and taking a break. The energies here that are shooting out of the sun are shooting away from the earth. We aren't expecting any, like I said, we're in the heat of it right now on the 7th. So what's more to come is yet to be kind of determined. It seems like we may be getting some more action from these solar hole or coronal holes that are here on the left, because the sun spins this way from left to right. So these guys are piecing out and leaving. But we also got to look at these bright spots right here. This is where that magnetic energy is getting built up. And so where they can have explosive solar flares. So we've got 3 possibilities of solar flares over the next week, basically. And these 2 hopefully are going to just keep rotating around and shoot off in another direction, is what I've been seeing on the other channels. So we'll find out. We'll find out. With the overall, I don't know what causes these like light portions and dark portions. It's very fluid, the electromagnetic field behind the earth. It's very much like it's pushing through water, and the way that water coils around behind an item that's shooting through it shows up on these charts. So there's lots of colors and lots of line changes, but this looks pretty decently healthy, pretty normal, but the speeds are pretty high. So if you are getting some soreness, it's cool, but it's funny how it doesn't even show up as redness here, even though it's almost 300. It is 300 and 356 over average, basically, this wind speed. So it's pretty high. Like we're in a decent amount of speed right here. All around the world, I'm seeing, decently quiet at the time. But what really was the kicker was this missing Schumann resonance stuff. So whenever people see that there's missing data, they get really excited. There's lots of theories go out there. This is my personal opinion, is that this data has been removed. And there's a reason why it's been removed, and it's likely for the ability that people have to gather in community over a specific conversation, over some specific data that's very important to our collective consciousness and to our brains and to our environment. And if we get too in sync and start understanding the patterns too well, I think that might move energy and power away from those who are currently in power over this knowledge, and where that power dynamic is changing. But look here, you see here on the horizontal by the 32, 33 hertz. Interesting, around 33 hertz, just specifically 33 hertz, there is this buzzing that's going off, which is something to take note of. Horizontal lines means the amplitude is being specifically peaked at just a specific frequency. You understand? And then there's these showers that happen from 0 or 0.3 hertz into 28 hertz or into 16 hertz. That's kind of where the whiteness kind of drops off, is that like 16. And these areas of your brain waves are very restful in getting into more active. So it's restful to active. And so in a more so way, this energy may have been giving a little bit more of a boost to the restful and meditative energies. And now when this blast came in, it probably extended down further, which activates high beta and then into gamma brainwave states, which is the juicy stuff. Down here, this 33 hertz, that's into the gamma brainwave frequency range. So this is interesting. It was almost like another primer. Again, like I said, it's like when they're shooting jets to disturb the surface of an Olympic diving pool. So when the diver goes in, there's already a disturbance, so there isn't as big of a splash, and the diver is safer to hit the surface area of the water, to change densities. Basically, with that disturbance, it gives them more opportunity to safely enter into the next density, which is interesting. It's what keeps coming to mind when I see these moments, as well as these moments. So we're back to these scheduled intermittent blasts that are happening over basically from 0 to 40 hertz, it looks like, at least. There is these moments where 0 to 40 hertz or higher is being amplified like a pulsing. And this is, again, similar to that jets disturbing the surface. So maybe we're about to get another really big blast in the Schumann resonance, and this is preparing us for that. That might be a clue or a hint. I get frustrated watching this because it goes, well, clearly there's mechanical disturbances and management happening with the EMF field over the population of at least this Russian location. And so how applicable is that knowledge and those inferences to the rest of us out here? Because we know that Russia is definitely a popular superpower in the world with their science and their military and so on. But as well as North America is very popular for that. So whatever psychological experiment that may be happening here is most likely happening in multiple places, and it has been happening a long time. And so predicting it and seeing it from a civilian side is what they don't really want. So that's why they black it out, because they're like, we're not going to give you the satisfaction of your predictions being right. That's what I feel right now. But it is also people like the drama. This might wake people up being like, why are they deleting it? Must be important. Better listen to Alexis's channel and maybe I'll learn more about how to interpret this. And I'm happy to have you. We have a great crew here. So before, the amplitudes weren't very high even, but it's all just blank. It's all missing. All that data is just missing across the board as usual. Some people will see it blast and then they'll see them delete it. The last couple of blasts, I've had a few people show me that they've seen it and then they've seen it then be deleted, which is new. Usually I just see them deleting it before anyone gets to see it. So it's like they've been teasing us now with these breadcrumbs a little bit. But the Q factor was strange right before that blackout happened. Well, not right before, but we had an abnormal spike in the Q factor of the 7.83, or the primary Schumann resonance, which is important. That's our planetary prime ionospheric kind of frequency that our brain's attuned to. So if we can peek at that, if we can go back to that hour, which was like hour 5 or 6, it looks like. So let's look at hour 6. See what happened. Yeah, see, it's hard to even see any differences there. The Q factor is a tricky one. The purity there. All right, so let's look into Italy and just double check. See, there's a couple anomalies over the last couple days, but over the last few hours, it's been super quiet. Super quiet so far. We are in anticipation of something as well. This guy is 24 hours late and this guy is still in the green. So that was just a little bit more of a deep dive into the data. Took a few more minutes, but I had a lot of requests that I would do the short segment and then I would extend the segment so I can talk a little deeper for those of you really wanting to learn. So thank you for joining me on today's video. Happy Sunday. I'm going to be doing Member Movie Monday tomorrow night. So if you are signed up for my Patreon or my website, you will be getting a Zoom call link to our movie night, which should be at around 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And we're going to watch Back to the Future together because I've never actually seen it. And then we may watch another movie, like do a double feature. We'll see. We may just have so much to talk about in the Zoom call after the first video that we won't want to watch the next one. But we're getting excited. Movie night has been really fun. I'm going to have some friends over and join me physically here for movie night while all of us are virtually joining. So it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to moving along. And then the next live stream that you're going to see me is going to be on Saturday. We're going to do ceremony Saturdays from now on, where we're going to do ceremony and we're going to chit chat as a group. And I'm going to just do a really long, enjoyable live stream, a big meetup for all of you. And then whoever can't make it can listen to ceremony Saturdays throughout their week either on audio through their favorite podcasting platform or just on any of the video platforms that I'm going to be filming to, because I'm multi-streaming to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It seems like right now I'm going to be expanding that to DLive and Twitch soon, which is spreading the love of space weather and of being a heightened conscious being and discussing a community effort. Basically, community support is another big thing that I'm into. So without further ado, I'm going to finish this video. I thank you all for being here in the premiere and leaving a like and comment and sharing this space weather update with your friends and family. Please and thank you. If you enjoy the way that I deliver this information, I would very much be proud to be your space weather woman on a weekly basis. So these come out on Sundays, and soon these ones will be streams as well, and we can live update together. But for now, these are recorded. So I'll be here in the premiere in the comments with you. And I will be seeing you Member Movie Monday. And if not, then I will see you on Ceremony Saturday. And if not, then I will see you for the next Space Weather Update video on Sundays. All right. I love you all very much, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.